Hello, comrades. Welcome to the Black Flag Revolutionaries YouTube channel. I'm Commander Red. This live stream is going to be different from the rest. As of recent events in Charlottesville, Virginia, I've really got nothing. Nothing for you. Except for this. It's just going to be a discussion. Just quite the discussion. Today is a sad day. We, Americans, allowed this to happen. We let it grow. We let this weed that is called fascism not just grow, but prosper where we live. It cannot be that way. It should not be that way. I live in a world where the police defend fascists and beat up anti-fascists. People who would die for me and for you. It's hard to understand exactly how and why this is happening. But it is much simpler than you might think. It is much simpler than most news agencies will say. We are here. And that is why they are upset at us, I guess. I honestly am just throwing words together. Last night I couldn't sleep. I watched a live stream and I couldn't get to sleep until 4 in the morning. I was scared. And yes, I will admit it. I was scared. No one should feel scared of living. I was scared to live. Now that shouldn't persuade us to think of how exactly we portray ourselves. And again, I'm throwing words together, and I'm not making any sense of it. It's extremely hard for me to puzzle together words right now. I wrote down a lot, and it's all over the place. And I can't piece it together. I can't. It's just been a disaster trying to put everything together today. I couldn't get to sleep last night. It was really rough. Because I was scared. And not just because of the fascism. It's going to be the police that use that fascism. Because the cops are the ones who allowed it to happen. If this, and everyone's been saying this. Everyone has been saying this. If this was a different protest, if what happened last night was black people beating up white men, or at least planned to, it would have been quenched and destroyed. No one was arrested last night. Not that I know of. We are here to fight this! This oppression must end now! I know I'm screaming and I'm yelling, but that's because I have anger. And I'm using that to fuel my hatred for everything that has been done. Everything that has been done against the people of Charlottesville, Virginia. The students, the black people, the anti-fascists, the anarchists. We outnumber them, but the cops come in and blame us. This is something that's happening not just once, but many times over. And the thing is, yes, I'm willing to admit that I was scared, and I still am. But you know what? Fear does not persuade me to act in fearful. It does not make me coward behind the doors. It does not have me cowering in fear inside of my apartment. I am not afraid to say that this system that we live in is to be accepted. I am willing to say that these fascists must die! All of them! All of these fascists, they must die! Because we cannot be intolerance within the tolerance level of such actions. I'm really trying to focus on just putting out the word of this live stream right now as well. But I'm finding difficulties. If anyone is really, really good at just getting the word out to anyone, that would be much, much appreciated. Especially from me. Fear does not persuade me to hide. Fear persuades me to fight. Fear leads me to fight for what I know is right. And I am no longer going to hide. I am willing to die by the sides of the anti-fascists and the black community. I am willing to put my life, my safety, my security on the line for that. I am willing for that. I wish I could die for that cause. Now I'm going to leave you with this. This sound clip that I have of Charlie Chaplin, I will leave you with this right now. I'll let you ponder it. And think. I'll leave you with some pictures as well. And when that's done, I hope. And if you pray and hope, I guess, that is not enough action. Praying and hoping will not stop the fascists. I've seen multiple times on these live streams that I've watched be turned into. They ask, where are the police? Where are the cops? Fool! The cops are there! Do you not see them? They're the ones with the torches! They're the ones beating people up for being human beings. Decent human beings. Just get to it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man. Not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. To make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. A decent world. That will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason. A world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
It's deeply saddening. Today was supposed to be a day for me to just go over the news. But this rocks the world of the anti-fascist, anarchist, and communist, anarcho-communist. And just the left wing, it just rocks the world of us. It just makes us deeply saddened and angry. We are angry. Hate. We live in a world where some people have power over others. Power that controls whether they live or they die. That power should not be. It should not be there. No one should have that power. No one should have any power over anyone. This world does not deserve to have... This world does not need any more hatred. We were supposed to have a comrade. Chairman Yushanka. He goes by that name. We were supposed to have him as a guest today. But he was so deeply saddened that he could not come. He was not emotionally fit to come today. Although he is a communist, he is still on the left, just as much as we are. I wish I could have been there. I don't know if I could have changed anything, but I would wish. Because I've made bad choices within my life recently. To take my life, give it to the one who lost theirs. Take my life, not theirs. I wish it were me that died. But I can't change that. No one can. History is made day by day, slowly, and sometimes quickly. I miss the days where I could just be who I wanted to be. But no one can be that anymore. No one can be safe. No one, not anyone can be safe. If you have any more pictures of anything that happened in Charlottesville, anyone who's been there and has pictures, send them my way. Send them to... Go on Facebook and send them to Epke Jacobsi. I don't know if you want to try to spell that out, but do your best. As all of us, not just Americans, but the world is watching, as we destroy ourselves. Everyone's deeply saddened. And like I said before, not just prayers, not just hopes, not just those can win a war of ideologies. Action, protests, words might help, but action, true actions, speak louder and speak volumes. We all live in a world of hate. There could be less of it. Much less. If we adhere to the notion that we should not hate and despise one another, nor should we take shit from others. We should give to others what they can't give back. there's a divide now. A divide within this country. Ones who think that there are people that are inferior to others. Some others that think that one group of people, because of the skin color, are much better than the other. And I do mean the white supremacists, the white nationalists. They are to blame. We anarchists shall not leave them any inch. We shall not budge. Thank you, Peter Brown, for approving the post. Sorry, I lost with that, and I've lost where I was. We are all scared, but fear, terror, shall not rock our foundations. Nothing of such should stop us from being revolutionaries. We are revolutionaries, all of us. We are here to fight an enemy that claims to be better at everything, with no facts to base that upon. The cops, they watched our people bleed. They watched our people die. We are all scared, but fear should not have us cower. And I've been saying this too many times. It should embolden us, make us stronger. Pull us together. Because we must fight. This live stream is actually supposed to go for about an hour long. I'm going to keep gathering more pictures, but I'm going to go over what actually happened yesterday. Because I saw it with my own eyes. I watched it happen. Many of us watched it happen. Unicorn Riot was beaten up, their phone thrown onto the ground. Richard Spencer and his goons. Those heathens, those fiends. They went to, I guess, Lowe's, or whatever sells those tiki torches. They bought tiki torches. They went, and they started to march last night, lighting the way with those tiki torches. If I miss anything within this story, please, I beg of you, either correct me or just correct me if I'm wrong in saying something. It started out at least 500 white nationalists marching down through, I guess, the University of Virginia, Charlottesville, I don't exactly know. They went marching through, pushing reporters and the press out of the way, chanting unspeakable chants of hate, violence. As you can see, the Virginia College Against White Supremacy. We're at, I believe, a statue, and we're confronted and surrounded by these torch-bearing fascists. The fascists marched in with the police watching, started to harass and instigate fighting. I don't know exactly who threw the first fight. Who fought first? Who threw the first punch? Who shot the first shot? But I believe that these fascists were the ones that threw the first snowball. Who spat the first spitball towards these people. These were not any at all organized protesters. They weren't organized enough. There were only 50. Maybe less. But they were beaten up. And then a brawl started. And then torches were put out. And police evacuated the area, maybe arresting a few anti-fascists. And I'm going to confirm with you guys that none of these people at the statue were actual in Antifa proper wear, as in bandana, masked up, and black bloc. Nothing of that sort. The next day, I couldn't fall asleep. No one could fall asleep. I couldn't fall asleep at all. But, Jesus Christ. The next morning, I watched another live stream. What I saw unfold right away were these white nationalist groups, again, grouping together and chanting their racist chants, their hatred. And I saw Antifa. I saw the resistance. I saw revolutionaries that made me feel better. But what had unfolded in the moments after, I've seen as such acts. Again, I do not know who threw the first punch, but I'm going to believe the fascists did throw the first punch. Do not take my word upon that. But many of them were fighting. Hand to hand, shields. It's like they were Vikings putting up a shield wall. The police, after maybe a few hours, finally intervened. Thing is, I don't give a shit if the police intervene or not. But it is hard to say whether or not... It's not hard to say whether or not the police did anything right. Because the thing is, they did nothing right. And the thing is, yet another thing, I keep saying a thing, but another thing is that these policemen They defended the fascists, but yet they did arrest some. And while I was away from my computer, the act that killed one person today, I believe a female, while many of our comrades were marching down one of the streets in Charlottesville, Virginia. It looked like a gray or silver Dodge Charger came plowing through the crowd, hit one or two cars on its way. I believe the license plate said GVF space 1111. Now, they might have taken that off, but regardless, it was a silver or gray, busted up fucking Dodge Charger. Or Challenger, whichever one. Maiming 19, killing 1. This shouldn't happen! Many say that this is 2017 and it shouldn't happen. We already had these civil rights movements. But no. I say to these people who say that, you've not been paying attention. The white supremacists, they are going to come in force. They are going to come in and they are going to kill people. Just to get what they want. And what they want is a fascist community destroying the lives of humanity. And what they want also is to work us to death. I'm really waiting for more people to join in on the conversation here on this live stream so that we can have a discussion here. I'm willing to keep this live stream up and running for as long as I need to. But nobody should die because of an ideological fallacy, a falsehood. And I'm watching now. There shall be no peace for such actions. I wish I had somebody else to fill in for me, but I have no one. I wish I had someone to help me with this discussion. Because this is really hard. It's not just hard on my mind, it's hard just dealing with this. America is a dead country. Everything that we've worked for is just another falsification of our lives. Because this isn't just a Donald Trump thing. This is a nationwide epidemic. If you think this is just a symptom of just a Donald Trump and his goons, that is wrong to think that. You are wrong in thinking that, and you are wrong. I'm going to be reading from an artist a song called Space by Atu. I guess it's okay not to be okay. You walk by the sea, and I hope not to get washed away and not wake again to the same pain that you felt yesterday and the day before. Man, that's deep. But even your friends don't know how deep it is until they're buried in a body 6 feet in shit. Life's about that love. Life is about that person who's all you need and want. It's funny how my darkest moment brought my mom and dad to speak. I could look at that in either way, but what's the point? I'll leave it be. I'm just trying to find positives in these negatives, and now I know what they taught us math in school. Because when you add it all up, math is all we do. I just need time to figure myself out, add a few things, and subtract a few things out. Life has just been complicated for me and all those who can relate to this. This is more than just money issues. I'm talking about picking up mommy's tissues. So what do they know about me? What do they know about me on the low? But they seem to say a lot, and I'm hearing shit I didn't know. I'm just set in a field. One drunk man walking past, but he can't see me. His sun retreats and gives way to the stars. I'm just looking for something different. Just sat in a field, walking past. He can't see me. His sun retreats and gives way to the stars. I'm just looking for something different. R.I.P. to Maddie, Ben, and Akasha's fathers. It's down to you that I've been speaking to mine and trying harder. I feel like I'm deep, but I want to be deeper. My mom's telling me I should find a girl, but I haven't found myself and it's getting darker. I found something in Paris, something I don't want to see again. The coldest of people, early smiles are often deceitful. I'm so grateful. I didn't grow up in Chelsea. I don't know about no Silver Spoon or the other side of that Bentley. People will try to sell you dreams. Don't believe them until you see that and your bank account feel that. I'm just sat in the field. One drunk man walking past, but he can't see me. Sun retreats way to the stars. I'm just looking for something different. Just sat in the field. One drunk man walking past, but he can't see me. Sun retreats, gives way to the stars. I'm just looking for something different tonight. So, well, I'm going to actually respond to what you've just said. I've heard many people say that. And honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think of that. It's very... At the least, somehow try to prevent such actions from happening. I guess you can't prevent terrorism from happening. I guess you can't prevent... You can pause, you can slow it down, but you can't stop it from happening. That's what I think. But yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about it today, and I've seen a lot of people say that the police should have acted against both groups. But, I mean, The police should, if this was a perfect society, a perfect system, I do believe that it should have, if America was perfect, and capitalism and all this stuff worked for people, yeah, the police should have came in and just stopped it all from happening, just at all. Just should have not let them march down the street with the torches at all. And that probably would have stopped people, and just to give them the thought of thinking. I mean, yes, I understand where you're coming from. And I'm not going to say it's right, I'm not going to say it's wrong, but in my mind, yes, you are wrong. Thank you, Peter Brown, for reposting my video, or my live stream. I will try my best to gather more information on what has happened today and last night. We all wish it could be a perfect society. But in all honesty, this can't be perfect if this was allowed to happen. I'm picking up more pictures to put on the live stream to add to the collection here. It's scary, everyone. This is a scary time. Now, we can go on and on about what should have happened and what should have been done by the police in order to prevent such actions from occurring. We can spout our opinions, but it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop the past from happening, because the past has already happened. What we do from now on is to move on and find a way to solve the problem that's progressing into a much more progressively difficult. That's becoming much more difficult as time progresses. We need to figure out why and what is happening in America. What is not just America, but all around the world. We need to stop and think about why people are thinking that they are superior to another based on race alone. Hutu and Tutsis in, I believe, Rwanda. Another thing, that was fabrication. Race, really, those are made-up races. Based on what they look like. How tall they are. Their nose. And other small details. Yes, I recognize black race. Or the African race. or the Afro-American, if I'm using the correct terms. If I'm not using the correct terms, please do correct me. I don't want to say things wrongly, or in the wrong way. If I say things that are just remotely at all just wrong, please do correct me. I'm willing for you to correct me. Now, as my introduction video of the Black Flag Revolutionaries, it is the community that is very much important to the Black Flag Revolutionaries. Because the community is the one that are the ones that have built upon that builds upon the content that creates this here, I guess, live stream. But I'm the one presenting it. That is all I have to say for this. Really, another if anyone else has any newer news or wants to bring up something that I have not brought up, or if they want to make sure that I brought up something, please comment. Please get involved with me. I am actively looking at the comments, and I'm not seeing much activity right now at the moment, but I am going to work my ass off to work with you guys. Now, shit, where is... we were, I'm gonna say again, I'm gonna repeat this, again, as I, about maybe 15 minutes ago. We were supposed to have a guest on tonight, but our guest was not able to make it today because he could not mentally, he was not, he just couldn't handle the situation today, I believe. And we all can understand that. We shouldn't make fun of him for that, and nothing wrong with being upset. There's nothing wrong with being upset of what happened today. This atrocity is one of the worst things in my life that I've encountered so far. This is maybe the worst thing I have encountered in my life so far. It's hard. I really am really trying to work my ass off today to bring you good quality news. Before, I was working so hard just to put just regular news together today, but there was no... But then this happened. The events of last night and today ultimately halted the progress that we've felt, that I've been working towards this whole week, just to work. But yeah, what could have been done? What really could have been done? Well, let's just ignore the fact that let's just ignore the police completely, because they did nothing, and they really were they were there just to show off their fucking batons and shit. Let's just go with that, okay? Let's ignore what the police could have done better. What actually could we anti-fascists and anarchists and communists, what could we have done to have made this less, or at least to not happen, or be less of a problem? And I'm not just saying just today, but overall, how could we have either deterred this from happening, or how? Or less injury? Well, one thing, we could arm the proletariat, the people resisting, the revolutionaries. Arm our people to fight back at these people. This is a war, my comrades. This is a war. This isn't who can shout the loudest. I mean, right now, I can show you what I have been doing recently. I can show you what I have been doing as of late. Right now, I can show you. And I'm going to go right to it. This here, I showed it last time, but this right here is a blueprint. Rough sketch, whatever. If you can tell anything, that right there is a gun, of course. I'm still working on it, but I am going to make it into a 7.6. Crap, I can't remember anything anymore. Yeah, 7.62 by 39, or basically a Kalashnikov AK-47 round. I am trying to build a gun around that. At first I was thinking, oh hey, 9mm might work. But then I was like, I can't legally purchase a 9mm ammunition because of my age. But, in all honesty, it could be worse. What we need to do is we need to arm ourselves. Either we make the weapons, or we purchase them. If you're going to fight fascism, you're going to need such things as you're going to need something to defend your life with. From either the police or the fascists. If you're going to be fighting them ideologically on the streets, these are the things you need. You need something to defend yourself. Even if it's just mace. Even if it either learn how to fight with your hands or get a weapon. Even if it's quote-unquote illegal. I'm really running out of discussion right now because I've no idea really what's going on. I'm sure as hell that the blame will be put on to us. The blame will be put on to us anti-fascists for, I guess, exploding this out of proportion. But honestly, not blown out of, it's not enough put out. It is just literally the worst thing that's happened in recent history. And this is like the worst thing, really. I can't think of anything that's worse than this. I cannot. It cannot. This is outrageous, ludicrous, even. This is fascism. I mean, if we're defending the lives of others, shouldn't we put our lives on the line for them? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Because, you know, joking their fucking asses off isn't gonna work. Memeing the shit out of it's not gonna fucking fix anything. And I know that for sure. Because memes aren't going to change anything. They're just there. And I know people will argue. This is absolutely not a time to just sit around and contemplate what should have happened, what we should do next, or what is to be, what. This is no time to just allow this stuff to happen. That is peak liberalism. That's what liberalism is. I'm not going to take any sides here. I'm just going to let you guys do what you do. And that's how liberalism takes the side of fascism. Liberals are not on our side. In other news, I'm going to try to go on to some other news. I guess two big fat people who run two different countries that have nuclear powerfully weapons are just having like a big dick comparison fight, I guess. And it's stupid. It's just the stupidest fucking thing. We just found out that the guy who ran the people over, injuring 19, I believe, killing 1, has been, I believe, caught. But, yeah. Trump was first like, I'm gonna fucking nuke the shit out of you, and Kim Uni dude, it was like, I'm gonna nuke you, and it's just like a dick comparison thing. I don't give a fuck. If you guys are really wanting to fight, do it. I really don't give a shit right now, cause what's happening in Charlottesville is really the worst. Just nuke us already, Kim. Please, just do it. I'm sorry. It's just breaking me down. That I should not have said that. I shouldn't have said that. In other news, Turkey is trying to acquire nuclear arms. Weapons of mass destruction. Whatever. The Kurdish people are still fighting against Turkey and ISIS. I don't know where that's gonna go. We all love the Kurds here. This is, the worst fucking live stream I've ever done. I mean, I probably said some good things, but I've probably said some bad things. But all in all, this is probably the worst live stream I've done so far. I'm trying to find out more about what's been going on. But all of this Charlottesville thing is just taking up everything, news-wise. And I'm just trying to find other things. Oh, one thing I remember reading is, I guess the alt-right fuck all boat thing was, I guess, rescued by a rescue boat that I guess they were trying to stop from rescuing people. I guess that's how it went. I'm gonna go to the main right now because I'm actually talking about regular other news just to get things going. I wish someone from ANCOM could please partake into just talking, or somehow talking with me in any way, shape, or form. I'm actually going to leave my bucket. Just message me on Facebook, at PJacobsi. You might find me, might not. I'm on both ANCOM. I'm on both ANCOM 101 and ANCOM main. Now, in recent, my last live streams, they were doing really well at this point. We had at least maybe 2 to 3 sorry guys. Now, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. "12-year-old girl died in Virginia today." That is the casualty. A 12-year-old girl. "12 years old. "12 years old. She was just 12. And that man killed her. Killed her. 12. In other news, Chelsea Manning not just finally, but she has made many. She's been great person today. Very anti-fascist today. Much applause to Chelsea Manning. Much applause to her. If it weren't for her, I don't know. I really don't know. If it really weren't for her, we wouldn't have what we have. I guess. I really know little to nothing of what's going on. And it's... Alright. This has been a sad, sad day. Very sad day for everyone. Or it's been a sad, sad day for me. And for many people too. And I feel completely unprepared. I felt completely unprepared today with these, with my live stream. I might go live sometime later today or tomorrow. But it won't be the actual BFR podcast live stream. So I might cut this all out or have someone edit this for me. Thank you all for watching this live stream. It really means a lot to us. Thing is, I'm going to say this last thing. What exactly are we fighting for? When it comes down to this, when it comes down to it, we are fighting for life. Life is a sacred thing. We aren't just fighting for our lives. We are fighting for the lives of other people. We are fighting for the lives not just of people, but animals and trees, bacteria. We are fighting the good fight. We should not give up just because they have torches. We should not give up just because they have guns, just because they have knives, shields, batons, just because they're dressed in body armor. Don't be discouraged, my comrades. Fear should not dictate whether you fight or not. Tactics and strategy should. We are strong. Stronger than the alt-right will ever be. We are united not with just the communists, but with other anarchists. We are in a struggle. I am willing to put aside my difference, the differences between what I believe and what communists and other left-wing fighters believe in. I'm willing to put aside those differences, reach my arm out and say, join us. Join us, comrades. We are here to fight. We are here to fight the enemy of humanity. The enemy of humanity has risen again. And we shall not lose, because this is how we win. We win. Because that ideology that we hold on to of being and working together as one unit is much, much more efficient at tackling issues than whatever they are organizing. We are stronger than them. We have our problems, yes. But they are problems. The enemy, the fascists, are the problems as well. We do have our inner working problems, but we should not use those interworking problems as something that divides us. Nothing should divide me from a communist. Nothing should divide us from each other. We need to group together. We need to gather up our forces, learn to fight, gather resources to fight the enemy. Because the enemy is strong, but we are far stronger than they are. They might look intimidating, but that is a facade. That is a mask. We take the mask off, and we kill whatever underneath. Without hesitation, we will win. We need to think. We need to learn. What we need to do is prepare for war. Because what the alt-right has done is basically an act of war. We are going to war. Prepare for war, my comrades. Because the revolution is strong within our hearts. Let them not divide us. We are stronger together. And that is all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. This is Commander Red of the Black Flag Revolutionaries. Signing off.